Did you know that you can turn your phone into a recording studio and make a door creak sound with just a chair? Welcome to the world of editing and sound design, where anything is possible. Hello, and welcome to Podcaster School, the series where you learn how to make your very own podcast. In today's episode, we're diving into one of the most exciting and creative parts of podcasting: editing and sound design. Ready to make some audio magic? Here's what we'll go over today. First, we'll understand the basics of editing and how to level up your recordings. Then, we'll explore how to use sound design to create atmosphere and tell better stories. We'll discover how to layer voice, sound effects, and music for a professional mix. We'll learn the importance of final touches, and finally, we'll learn how to organize your podcast files for a smoother workflow. All right, let's begin with the basics. Editing is where your podcast truly starts to shine. It's like sculpting a masterpiece from raw materials. You take your recordings and shape them into something polished and professional. To get started, you'll need an audio editing software. In this lesson, we'll be using Audacity, a free and powerful tool that's perfect for beginners. If you're already using another audio editing software, don't worry. These techniques apply to other programs as well. Once you've opened Audacity, start by importing your recordings. Use the File menu at the top to import your audio and arrange each audio element on separate tracks. This keeps everything organized and gives you control of each part of your podcast. Begin by listening to your recording and identify areas that might need to be cleaned up. If there are long pauses, mistakes, or background noises, you can highlight these sections and use the Cut tool to remove them. And to create smoother transitions between clips, try applying the fade in and fade out effects that are also available on most audio programs. Now, keeping your audio at consistent levels is another key step. If you notice uneven volume, use Audacity's normalize effect to balance everything out. And for background noise, you can use the noise reduction tool to clean up any minor disturbances. But use it carefully, as using too much can make your audio sound unnatural. And last thing, there are also tons of Audacity tutorials out there that can help you with exactly the problem that you're struggling with. Just go online and search for Audacity plus your keywords and a pool of tutorials will pop up. Now, onto something exciting: sound design. Sound design is what transforms your podcast from ordinary sound clips to a complete auditive experience. A great way to start is by thinking about the environment you want to create. Ambient sounds can help set the scene and bring your podcast to life. For example, a park setting might include birds chirping or leaves rustling, while a hectic city might feature traffic or distant chatter. These sounds can be recorded using a microphone or even your own phone, giving your podcast a personal and unique touch. Now, as you move into sound effects, think about how these elements can enhance your storytelling. Sound effects are like little details that make your world feel real. A door creaking or a typing sound can help your listeners imagine a scene more vividly. There are plenty of free sound libraries online, like freesound.org or BBC Sound Effects, but always check the licensing terms before using them. If you want a more custom touch, you can record your own sound effects. For instance, try recording yourself tapping on a keyboard to indicate that someone is writing, or try dropping something into the sink to create a splash effect. Now, when you found cool sound effects to add to your story, it's time to consider music. Think about the mood you want to create. Music can make your podcast feel lighthearted, intense, or dramatic, depending on which tone you choose. Intro music can set the stage for your episode, while a subtle melody during a reflective moment can evoke emotion. You could also create your own music or ask a friend that makes music to help you out. That way, you can make your podcast unique and original. Now that you know the most important sound design elements, let's combine them. Layering is the process of combining all of your audio elements, voice, music, sound effects, and ambient sounds to create a cohesive and engaging audio experience. Start with your voice track as the foundation. This is the main focus of your podcast, so it has to be clear and prominent. In Audacity, you can mute tracks temporarily to focus on refining your voice track first. Once your voice track is smooth and ready, you can add your background sounds, like ambient noise, on a separate track. Adjust their volume to enhance the atmosphere without overwhelming your listener. As you add sound effects, think of them as accents. Place them strategically at key moments to highlight important events or actions. For music, add transitions like fades to blend it smoothly into your podcast. Here, the fade in and fade out effects are again simple and effective tools for this purpose. With layering, the goal is to create an experience where every element feels intentional and complements the overall story. But don't overdo it. When you think you've reached that goal, it's time for the final listen. Before exporting your podcast, it's time for the finishing touches. Play through the entire episode and listen carefully for areas that might need tweaking. Are the transitions smooth? Is the volume consistent? If anything feels off, go back and adjust. Finally, when you're happy with the mix, export your podcast as an MP3 file. This format ensures your podcast sounds great across different devices. Oh, and always save a backup of your final mix in your project folder, just in case. Speaking of folders, let's make sure you stay organized while editing. Last thing before you dive too deep into editing. Let's talk about staying organized. Keeping your project tidy saves time, especially if you're working on multiple episodes or collaborating with others. Create a dedicated folder for your podcast project. Inside this folder, make subfolders for raw recordings, edited files, and final exports. Name your files clearly, using dates or descriptions to make them easy to find later. And save multiple versions of your project as you edit. After each significant milestone, save the file as a new version. For example, after your initial cut, save the file as version 1, so you can always go back if needed. And there you have it. Let's look at some final takeaways from this lesson. Today we've learned how to clean up recordings and keep everything level. We've learned how to use sound creatively to enhance your storytelling and how to layer those sounds into a final mix. We've covered the final stages before exporting. And finally, we've discussed how to stay organized to help you during your editing. That was all for today. Stay curious, keep experimenting, and remember, every sound you add has the power to transform your podcast. See you in the next lesson. Bye!